Hi guys, Sammy here. Welcome to Turn Up the Heat, brought to you by Harris Scarf. Today I'm going to be showing you my delicious lemon custard tart. The first thing I need to do is tell you all about the beautiful tart shell. So here we've made a pretty regular short crust pastry tart shell, but I've actually taken out 50 grams of flour and replaced it with 50 grams of hazelnut meal. So you're going to have that beautiful nuttiness in the tart shell. So to make our tart shell, in goes our flour, sugar, hazelnut meal, our butter, a pinch of salt, and our egg yolks. Now, if your mixture is still a little bit dry and not quite holding together, you can actually add in a tablespoon of cold water. Once the pastry holds together when pressed, you can take it out, roll it into a ball and put it in the fridge to rest for half an hour. Okay, so now the pastry's rested for about half an hour in the fridge. We're going to roll it out in between two pieces of baking paper. Now don't worry if you don't fill all the tart. You've got plenty of offcuts you can use to fill in all the gaps. Okay, so now that our pastry is in our tart shell, I'm just going to prick the base with a fork so it doesn't puff up when it's cooking. And also to help prevent it puffing up, I've got some parchment paper that I've scrunched up a few times just to make it softer. I'm going to put that into tart shell, some baking beans to help weight it down. And now this is going to go into the oven at 190 degrees. Now we're going to make the beautiful lemon custard. So to start off, we need to peel a whole bunch of lemons. I've got 6 lemons, and I'm going to pop the peel into a metal bowl, and that's where we're going to start making our custard. So you want to just try and get the peel and no pith. Pith can make the custard a little bit more bitter. I also need to juice those beautiful lemons, so yes, it's going to be very sour, but I promise you there's a fair bit of sugar to balance it out. Now that the juice is all squeezed from the lemons, we're going to pour the juice in with the zest, and we've got 9 eggs getting cracked in. And don't worry if you get a little bit of eggshell in there, because like I said, we're going to strain this whole mixture out before it goes into the tart shell. So 9 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk. Now to the custard, we're going to add 390 grams of sugar, 300 mils of cream. Now vanilla beans are absolutely amazing, but they are totally delicious. So if you can afford to get some vanilla beans, please do. But regular vanilla essence or vanilla paste will do too. Scraping the seeds out first, and then we'll pop the seeds and the pod in. Now we're going to give that a good whisk, break up all the eggs. And now we're going to whisk this up till it's nice and smooth and incorporated, and we're going to pop it onto a pot with some simmering water and gently bring the temperature up until it becomes nice and thick and glossy. Now if I had a thermometer, we'd be looking at about 60 degrees to reach for the custard, but I'm going to show you how to recognise when it's ready by the look and when it coats the back of a spoon. The custard's starting to thicken. You can see all the pieces of zest are starting to float a little bit more. It's still got a little while to go. It will almost be quite hot to touch when it's reaching 60 degrees, but you'll be able to tell by the thickness. So I've done the first blind bake of the pastry shell. Brush it with some egg white and pop it back into the oven for another 10 minutes just to seal the tart shell. Okay, so now the custard is nice and thick, and you can see that it's very clearly coating this spatula. So we're going to strain it off into this bowl. And you can see all those beautiful little seeds from the vanilla bean as well, which is why I love using vanilla bean for this recipe. And any sort of little impurities or lumps in the custard, they all get strained out in this step. So you're going to have a really nice, luscious, smooth custard for your tart. Now to transfer it into the tart shell, which is keeping warm in the oven at 120 degrees. So pouring it into this jug is going to make it so easy with no spills. So that's going to bake now at 120 degrees, and once it's got this beautiful wobble to it, we'll know it's ready and we can take it out to cool. Now the beautiful tart has been out of the oven for a few hours, it's cooled to room temperature, it's perfectly set, and I like to garnish it with a little grating of nutmeg just over the top. Just a nice snowing of nutmeg. All right, final grating of nutmeg done. And it looks absolutely beautiful, and I couldn't resist after putting so much effort into it. I had to present it on this beautiful lemon plate as well. I hope you enjoy.